2 hours down on this Halloween. Let's welcome in our next guest to the show, the one, the only, Dave Deuce Mason. Happy Halloween, Deuce.
Happy Halloween.
Is that a good bit?
That's a great bit. I was really, really hoping that you'd
Halloween.
still be Royale.
I have the head.
Where? Let's see it.
He's wearing it right now.
You see it?
Sorry, I'm on delay.
Oh, he's on YouTube, so he's got to wait about 30 seconds.
I'll see it tomorrow.
You're wearing it.
Oh, okay. He's grabbing it. Sorry. Oh, yes. So what was itchy about it? Was it the makeup or the actual basketball?
No, I don't know why in the middle of the show I just had a random itch, and I think I felt trapped. It was like an anxious moment where like I can't like go back and itch. So I'm trying to like put my hand through the opening of the mask to itch. Yeah.
What I loved is that like you wanted Morgan then to, and or she said she would, or whatever it was, and you're like, well, why would that help? And it's like she's like, it's a different angle. You were just so frustrated.
A moment of panic for me.
Yeah. You looked very stressed in that moment.
It was just not a very comfortable mask to wear because it had like these bungee cords attached and it would go under my armpit and around. And so it was just super tight. And I was trying to keep my head forward the whole time. And then, of course, we're talking about a game that was not very good in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm like using my hands and I'm watching back the podcast. I'm like, I have these big hands on. I have this mask on and I'm breaking down what went wrong with the Kings.
I got to tell you, sneaky part of the costume was the hands. I thought that was a great bit for the mascot or for the costume.
Yeah. I even had mascot shoes on, but you couldn't really see them.
What were they? Big
just
feet?
Like puffy, like Converse style mascot shoes.
Oh my goodness. So
okay, Deuce, the next Kings game, you have to wear those.
Yes.
And see if anybody says anything.
I had to say, I think they've been returned.
Oh no. So I was asking.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm like I used it one time. I mean, what?
Should you keep the tags on them?
Take it back, Amazon.
Take it back. We were asking earlier, best costume and worst costume you've been for Halloween. So whether this is Deuce as a kid or Deuce now on the pod, because you were the Tesh brothers before. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other. I know the Royale this year, but anyway, what do you think has been like your greatest hit and maybe your biggest miss? This
is my best one I've ever done.
Royale.
And I mean, I can't even say can take credit for it. I had the idea and Morgan made like the mask and all that. My worst, I don't know, probably some crappy one we got as a kid. You know, like I just remember as a kid, it was like wearing Power Rangers and all the other kids would have like full on helmets and I'd have that plastic mask that would break by like recess.
Dork.
Yeah, exactly.
I told Chris, Deuce, I had one. I don't know what grade I was, but it was like a werewolf. It was the plastic one you're talking about with the string in the back. And it was like a werewolf mask. But then I had, like, I didn't try at all. I was like wearing shorts and t-shirt. Like, where's the effort?
What?
Yeah, I didn't have any other, like, hair, like a body suit. It was just the mask. It was like, nice try, kid.
And I think as a kid, I didn't like how, like, unrealistic those costumes were. Mm-hmm. It's like this cheap material. I'm like, I want my boots.
Yeah.
I want to look the part. I just running around with, like, my jeans underneath as a Power Ranger. What?
But I have to say, because I've learned this about you now, present day Deuce. I said we're talking about Halloween's do's and don'ts, let's say. You are a leave a bowl out front. I don't think that's the right way to go.
Oh, it's absolutely the right way to go.
Okay, explain why.
Stupid Carlin, Bojack. Like these dogs want to like go greet everybody. Yeah. You can't. And
Carlin that's fun.
No. Carlin's not that. Carlin will give you a little nervous energy, like nervous nip, like a little. Yeah, I don't know you. So, but it's not like I just like throw the bowl and say, "Hey, figure it out." I put it on a chair, make a good sign that says "Beware of dogs," you know, like a funny little rabid dog thing, and take the candy. I don't need to exchange it. And honestly, I don't really care to because more times than not, it's like. The kids who are too old trick-or-treating, you're like, I don't even want to give you. Why am I wasting time with this? Or like a shy kid. Hey, kid, if you're going to trick-or-treat, wake up. Trick-or-treat, thank you, on your way.
Yeah, thank you. And say trick-or-treat. It's amazing how many kids just like ring the doorbell and you open it up and you're like, wait, you don't say trick-or-treat anymore?
No, they're like looking at their phones now. They're like picking Pokemon Go and going, candy. Like I'm disrupting them.
That's funny. All right, so anybody that wants a lot of candy, if you know where Deuce lives, just go take the bowl. It'll be sitting out there. Even though you'd say, does the sign say take one?
No, I think we're just take what you need.
Okay.
I don't want to.
You know what? I like that.
Take what you need.
Yeah, I don't want to have candy left over.
Yeah, dude. If there's like just a bunch of Milky Ways left, you get like 2 or 3, or like the plain Hershey's. You should be able to
grab
get 2
them.
or 3.
Okay.
But if it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, just one.
Oh, here's a rule. You want a rule? Don't be the household who hands out like fruit snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Or
raisins
lame like that. Yeah, here's some raisins. Here's some dried mango. No. Like
the kid's got a full bag of candy, and you think you're the one house like they need to eat something that's better for them. Well, they've got a whole bag of candy.
Yeah,
they're gonna eat the candy.
We had a house, Deuce, that gave pennies away.
I mean, I could see being like a 5-year-old and thinking that's cool, but that's just such a slap in the face.
I was a 5-year-old and I thought it was lame.
Okay.
I'm giving away Bitcoin this year. Come on by. Here's some Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, I take that.
Okay. Well, Deuce will be over multiple times in different outfits. Hey, weren't you just here as Royale? All right, final one on Halloween before we get to the Kings. All right, well, I say this is Halloween, but it's really just candy in general. What's the best candy and the worst candy?
Whew. Here's the problem with me. It's like most candy, I'm just, if I have it, I'll eat it. I mean, you know this during Kings games.
Sure, like you got some candy. I'm like,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't like Almond Joy. It's not really my thing. Coconut based anything, but I'm open minded. Like, give me a sour worms, yeah, sure. Chocolate, yes. Butterfinger, Snickers, the list goes on.
Deuce, how do you feel about Almond Joy being Chris's number 1?
I just feel like that's Chris being different. Like,
no, it's not.
Like, yeah, it's like, yeah. Almond, everyone hates it, so I have to love it. Number 1. It's like one thing to like it, but to have it ranked number 1 is absurd.
It's got coconut, it's got chocolate, it's got almonds.
Didn't sell it? Didn't sell it for you, Deuce?
No, I'm aware what's in it. That's why I'm not a big fan of it.
All right. Well, obviously you can see Deuce all the time on, the Deuce and Mo pod for one, also on Kings Television or with us on Kings Radio as well. And Deuce, I know you know this, but the Kings are going to be in Milwaukee tomorrow, whether Giannis plays or not. He didn't play last night, and they beat the Warriors. I'm assuming he's going to go tomorrow. He was probable yesterday and then ended up not playing. But with or without Giannis, the Kings don't know how to win in Milwaukee, do they?
Last time was November 2015. Jason Ross had hair then. It's crazy.
Watch it.
That's how long ago
watch
it was.
That was my dreadlock phase.
Rudy Gay in that game had 36 points. DeMarcus Cousins did not play. I don't know why. I'm guessing. I'd have to look it up, but I'm guessing maybe a suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Giannis was in his 3rd year and had not been an all-star yet. And not been nothing. He didn't make the all-star team till year 4. And then, of course, now 9 all-star appearances, 2 MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year. But yeah, it's pretty wild. It's been that long. And they came close. Remember the year where Dame hit the game winner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Painful.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, I watched that game last night between the Bucks and the Warriors, and it's like, wow, okay, Ryan Rollins, who is getting more of an opportunity this year, is playing some really good basketball. And it doesn't look fluky. It's not like, oh, he's just like catching and shooting and knocking down shots. No, he was taking the task of defending Steph a little bit. He was getting blitzed late in the game, getting off the ball, making plays, hitting big shots. Had hit that big 3 late, had some great attacks at the basket. So without Giannis, with Giannis, it's going to be a challenge.
Let's go under the assumption that Giannis plays. He's having a phenomenal season. Oh, by the way, which he always does. The Kings are already undersized. We all know that. How on earth would they attack that, you think, defensively if Giannis plays?
I mean, I don't know if attack's the right word. He's
Cope.
Giannis coming at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you put Sabonis on him, and I do think you start Isaac Jones. And that's the challenge with Milwaukee, and it's been the challenge for years now, is they've had another guy next to Giannis who can hit threes. And this time it's Miles Turner, who is more athletic than Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez is just going to stand and just launch threes. Well, now you've got Miles Turner has got the ability to knock down threes, but then he can put the ball on the floor and attack. So we know how the Kings have size issues right now, but I think Isaac Jones has got to get a shot.
I'm with you on that because I think, something we were talking about in the post game the other day against Chicago and in studio here when we were all watching and listening to the game. They've played a lot more zone, and at times that's been effective, but where they're vulnerable is rebounding. When they go man-to-man, Deuce, and they're switching everything, everybody seems to, like SGA is now on one-on-one against Sabonis, or Chicago got it where Sabonis might have been on the guard, but then it's Levine or Monk on Vucevic. It's just either, to me, I think this team has to try playing some of those other bigs. I know it may not be their best option, but I think going small is really hurting them.
It is, and I thought at times against OKC it worked, but we have to remember too, like they were kind of similar to Sacramento. They had Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet was out. They played Jalen Williams, who's kind of an undersized 5. They went big like once, double big once in that game. And I think there were good moments for Sacramento. I think for them defensively too, it's like they are not a team that could take shortcuts because of their size issue. Like the margin for error is slim. And when you have undisciplined moments in a game defensively, they're just gonna get picked apart. And you saw it in that second half where like, what's going on with this transition defense? How are you getting beat and there's no help? Or how are you helping off that shooter? The physicality was gone. It was just disappointing and just like lack of fundamentals. Not even some of these guys, not even in a defensive stance. And you're like, is this a fatigue issue? What exactly is happening? And I don't. It's kind of funny looking at the numbers right now because they're 16th in defensive rating, which
Really?
is great, pretty average, yeah. And they're 20. Let's see here. I looked it up a minute ago. 27th in offensive rating.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that at all in either one, really.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, that there's kind of I know Dave and I were talking about this before. There's kind of multiple schools of thought, and I think Mike Brown wanted this, and it makes sense. And Doug wants us to be a better defensive team. Probably long term will take them a lot farther, but in the short term, I kind of wonder, Deuce, like if they just became kind of the 1 year with Dave Yeager where they kind of tricked the system to win 40 games and they were so dynamic, or 39 offensively. A couple years ago where they were the number 1 paced offense, that got them a lot of wins. I feel like they have a better chance of being a pretty good offensive team, and I wonder if they, if you're just looking for wins, if they leaned into that a little bit more.
I don't know, because I think it would take them playing more Keon and Malik.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at this group, and individually you go, oh, yeah, Westbrook's been a really good scorer in this league, MVP. DeMar DeRozan's one of the all-time great scorers in this league. Levine right now averaging over 30 a game. Like, it should be a really great offense. But what made that 22-23 season so special is what you had on that team, right? De'Aaron Fox's speed, his change of pace, ability to attack and push and transition. Sabonis with not only shooting around him, but like unselfish guys, sometimes to a fault. And in addition to that, they had size. And I'm not saying like from a defensive standpoint all the time, but Kevin Huerter's 6'7", and he's coming off screens as a movement shooter, hitting threes left and right. Keegan Murray as a rookie at 6'8", catch and shoot guy coming off DHOs. HB at 6'8", hanging out in the corner, knocking down threes. And so you had almost a perfect complement around Fox and Sabonis. You had spacing, which the Kings lack right now. You had size, which was desperately needed. The Kings don't have right now. And in addition to that, the guys in the starting lineup, like, were kind of unselfish guys who are willing to make the extra pass. And I think when the Kings get in their ruts, you see it. The ball gets sticky. It's a little ISO heavy. And there's nothing wrong with some ISO basketball. But if it's going to be ISO, then there needs to be off-ball screening, off-ball movement, other things happening. So it's not just a bunch of guys standing around. There's too much talent for that to happen. When we've seen the Kings at their best, which I thought, in that first half in Chicago, you saw moments offensively where the offense was humming, the extra pass was there. It looks brilliant, but they have not proven to do it consistently.
What do you think? And he's been out since, before the regular season started, but with this group, we've seen Keegan before, but with this group, Keegan and a healthy, neat Clifford, I know it's even going to get more of a logjam for minutes, but what would this group look like with all of their available players?
I think it could be better. I mean, I think what we keep talking about is just this roster construction,
Yep.
and it's not a secret to you or anybody or Scott Perry. Is like they have so many guards. How do you play all these guys? Like, I need to play Keon Ellis. He's an impactful player. I want him here long term. I want to see him in the rotation. What he does defensively, the things you want. He hits threes, spaces the floor. A guy who should be playing. Neat Clifford. Sample size is small, but you go, he does a lot of good things out there. He's got athleticism, length. He can defend. Keegan, we know what he's able to do, especially defensively. It would be huge, but you go, those three guys should be playing big minutes. But then you got Levine. Then you got DeRozan. Then you got Westbrook. Malik Monk. The list goes on, and that's what's challenging. And I think that's what gets lost a little bit in the Sabonis conversation is like people are – I think his – shortcomings are becoming like magnified a little bit.
I agree with that.
And the reason for that is you don't have size with him. I mean, I'm sorry. You're seeing moments where Zach LaVine's playing the 4. Westbrook's playing the 4. Mm-hmm. Keegan would help that, but even him where you're like, hey, it'd be nice if you had a 4 and you could move Keegan to the 3.
Right.
And then the spacing is off. And so it's tough right now.
And I think all of that makes this difficult to judge Doug in a sense. Look, he's the coach. He still has to deal with the roster he has in front of him. And I don't think it's wrong for Doug to want more defense from the guys that they're primarily playing, Deuce, I don't think are great defenders. So, but you got to ask for more of those guys that have been gifted scorers in this league. And then I think if you play kind of the more defensive-oriented group, can you get more offense out of them? So not only is it a roster imbalance in size, but kind of a roster imbalance in needs for the team to be successful.
Well, some of the stuff we were hearing once Doug and Scott Perry took over, they were talking about changing that culture and playing defense, and then training camp. It's picking up 94 feet, making them feel us, being physical. We are playing a certain way. We are sharing the ball, moving the ball. On the surface, I hear all those things. I'm like, yes, that's how today's game is played. We're seeing pickup points for defenses. They're picking up higher and higher, right? They're really picking up opposing guards. But the problem is you don't have the team to do that. Like, I believe if Doug Christie had a younger team, I think he could achieve some of those things. They could fly around and establish that. But you're asking guys who are not known as defensive players, some aging like DeMar DeRozan, to do things that they're not necessarily good at right now. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, they're all guarding up. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is not a 4 in this league.
True.
And he has been starting there as of late. So, yeah, I'm with you. It's really hard to judge Doug in that regard. But I think the one thing we could say is like, hey, you've tried the small thing, and I knew you're going to mix and match here once Keegan went down. But I think it's time to get some size in there.
I think we all believe in that there is a trade or trades coming at some point. We will never know when and how that's going to happen. But where do you think, in your mind, Deuce, that Scott Perry is going to try to go with that? Because as of right now, it's still very, very early in the season. I don't think a lot of people had huge projections for this team. Do you think he's kind of thinking longer-term deals, not deals, but longer-term solutions for this team, shorter-term fixes? What's your guess on how Scott Perry is going to kind of handle if and when he does make some trades?
That's a great question, because the Kings have never been the team that like decides to just completely tear it down. I think the challenge is the same challenge he's had since he's taken over. How do you move some of these contracts that you don't love? Mm-hmm. Because that you don't want to be the team that's a lottery team that's very, very expensive, and you're stuck with these long-term deals. I think his approach has been, all right, we're trying to establish a culture. We have these guys here. We need to establish some positivity, and we need to maximize some of these guys' value. So when it comes trade time, we can have those conversations, maybe move off of them. Zach LaVine, all of a sudden, you're looking at him and going, man, he's been playing awesome. I have no problem with how Zach LaVine's been playing overall. I think DeMar's been pretty solid offensively. He's showing a lot offensively still. So I think getting these point guards have helped to like maximize some of these guys. And I think for Scott, it's moving off some of these to clear up room for the younger guys. You needed more versatility. I think when as long term, what Scott wants is to have that versatility defensively, be able to be deep at every position, and have an identity. I mean, the way he talks about it's like, oh, he wants to play like OKC or like Indiana, where you're like pushing the pace, sharing the ball, defensive versatility. The problem is the guys that they have on the team who can do that are not like the guys who are starting at this point.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, I don't know. What I would do, I would be very aggressive in moving off some of these deals and just getting what I can and open up playing time. So, you know, if we're talking about after the trade deadline, it's like, yeah, you got Russ here, he's starting, and you got Neek out there, and Keon and Keegan and Sabonis. You just making things happen out there and being interesting and developing these young guys. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, and I think you would answer some questions too. Like if you dealt maybe two of the veteran type players and some contracts off this team, whether that was for picks or some other role players coming back, I think that does open up. Like, can Keegan be option 2 on this team? Can, you know, what does Clifford look like in a starting role consistently at 30 minutes a night? I think those are the kind of things they need to get to and still can get to that culture part that they're trying to build and then feel like you're actually going in an upward trajectory, which I hope that they can land there somewhere at some point this season.
Yeah, it's tough because you're asking a fan base to be patient a little bit.
Yeah.
And they've been patient for a long time. I mean, one playoff appearance in 19 seasons. So, you know, you get a taste of that, and it was a lot of fun. And, you know, I looking at that last game against Chicago, you're watching Kevin Huerter, and I'm going, what's going through his mind? Like, he's looking over at this Kings team that he was here like a year ago, and he looks over, and it's Schroeder, Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Sabonis. He's probably going like, what is this life in the NBA? It changes fast, and it could change for the worse, and sometimes it could change for the best. So I'm hoping that they can turn this around a little faster, but I think it's going to be a minute here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know people get a chance to follow you guys certainly on your podcast, certainly on your TV work, on the radio work. So no more. That was the last Halloween dress up. We don't get any more costumes this season.
No, that was it. Someone's like, "Are you gonna wear it on TV tomorrow?" I'm like, "No, I mean it's November.
Yeah,
there was no Halloween game. If there's a Halloween game, I probably would have thought about it. But yeah, no.
I mean, keep in mind, Deuce is the guy that takes down the Christmas stuff. Like, you take it down Christmas Eve night, don't you?
You take it down early. You see, this is the problem with you is you're trying to paint me as someone that's weird about that. You take yours down in like March.
Yeah, I still have last year's Christmas up.
Yeah, that's weird.
But you love Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve to you greater than Christmas Day.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Because Christmas Day, it's over. You open up the gifts and it's like, okay, cool. It's the buildup. It's really December. And I'm actually more open-minded to decorating earlier now. Like Christmas stuff might be up around November 15th here.
Ooh, even before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because it's like a little bit like the Beam Team year. The come up is the best part. That's the most exciting part.
Yeah. And, you know, we have busy schedules. We want to get it done. But number 2, I want to enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. And then tear it down when it's done.
Yeah. Because it's coming down like on what, the 18th?
Literally, once that last gift is open.
Like, wrap it up.
All right, let's start packing it up.
Let's tear it down. Wow. Well, Deuce, thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad Royale made a brief appearance too. That was fun. Any parting shots was that Royale's voice?
That's kind of Royale's voice. Yeah.
Royale lives forever.
So good. The best bit. All right, Deuce, thank you. We'll see you soon.
All right. See ya.
All right. That's Deuce Mason from Kings Television, Kings Radio, the Deuce and Mo podcast. Always fun to catch up with him. All right. We still have much more to get to in this hour.